Hey guys, previously I've done a video on the top BT phase DPS unit against two enemies, and now it's time for me to update that list because previously I've done it until FE 30, but since now we have gotten Celsius and FE 50, it's time for me to update the list. There are some characters that previously in JP they were released before FE 50, but in GL right now they are released after FE 50, like Fuso, so I will cover him as well in this video. Do note that while I'm talking about BT phase, it is not necessary that sometimes a specific character's BT phase is the highest damage, or like the way you play it is not necessary that BT phase will result in the highest damage. It kind of gives an illusion that it is because of the total damage that you do during a BT phase, but now with character having amazing LD and amazing EX, on your DPS unit, on your support unit, even if you just spam LD and EX for like 6 turns consecutively, you will do more damage than in a BT phase. So just to note about that. Right? One more thing is that while this is just an indicator, I'm not necessarily saying that a certain character is better than the other, because like if you put it in that context, even the worst DPS unit can win Shinryu rather easily, especially now with FE 50. So the comparison here is between characters. Like most of my evaluation video, it is always between characters. Like if you compare 10 characters, there are some character is better than the other. So if you want to throw a resource to pull for a certain character, will you do that if that character is not as good as another meta unit, right? If you are comparing it against content, then obviously you can pull whatever you want and you can win content, but that doesn't mean that they are better than the other unit. So let's put it in that context that we are comparing between characters. Another disclaimer here is that all units released in the next few events are not actually a DPS unit. So if you notice, there's actually a lot of support, utility, follow-up attacker. The only true DPS that I would, categorize them as a real DPS is Amarin and Rufus. And Rufus is not in the list because he is in Re-Shinryu era, and I will do another video to update this list once we get into Re-Shinryu era. Anyway, let's start with this video. Alright, at number 11, here we have Renoir. Renoir will be coming soon to GL DFFOO, so she will get an upgrade. Her HP plus will now be full attack, and she will have 40% HP damage limit up when she is using HP plus. So that does bring her up as a stronger DPS unit as she previously was. So her BT phase against 2 unit is somewhere between is 47.9 million, which means if it's at 999%, it's about 479 million. At number 10, we have Jack Garland. In fact, Jack Garland was just released in, I'm not sure if it is in Re-Shinryu, probably not, but probably one or two events before Re-Shinryu. So he is at number 10, 48.3 million, and honestly, I'm quite disappointed because he is so late into FE 50 and so near to Re-Shinryu. He should be getting way higher damage than 48.3 million in my calculation. Next character at number 9, we have Laguna. So amazingly, Laguna, which is a utility unit, and he does so much damage off turn because during any other character's turn, if you attack the enemy, Desperado golden buff or golden debuff will trigger and deal a total of 4 HP dump against 2 enemy, 2 each. And in his own BT phase, he actually deals a lot of damage as well because he has a follow-up attack that is 4 HP dumps AoE, so that's 8, plus Desperado, that is 4, so easily just from his follow-up, he deals a consistent 6 HP dump AoE, and that's 12. So together with any of his attack, he actually deals a lot of damage. So he is at number 9, 49.9 million. At number 8 is Fuso. So Fuso, his BT allowed him to spam EX. So EX will be dealing a lot of damage, with FA50 boosting another 20% HP damage limit up. It does make Fuso a utility support DPS unit, which is actually quite amazing. But if you already have character like Celtius, then yeah, you might not need him, because both of them stun, both of them support, and now both of them do DPS. So at number 8 it is Fuso. At number 7 is Iida. So Iida, as I mentioned earlier in this video, it's kind of weird that she is at number 7 while, you know, there's a lot of people saying, well, Iida does amazing damage. In fact, it is true. Iida, in fact, does do amazing damage on her LD. Her LD is stronger than any of Asaw's skill, and that means a lot. But in BT phase, you only can use her LD once, which is why, to me, if you want to use Iida, do plan her more like how you would do previously, like when you're playing with Anna Crow, where you set Anna up and then you just spam her LD. So Iida kind of play in that similar kind of style, where you set her up, give her consecutive turn, and then spam LD, LD, LD. And you can see the enemy's HP will melt. Alright, so even though for BT phase DPS she is at number 7, but her LD is probably the strongest ability we have in terms of damage output. At number 6 is Celtius. So Celtius 52.2 million. So again, I can't stress this enough. It seems that everyone is so focused just on his damage output, which is not number 1, and decided that he is not good enough. But again, I would say as a support unit, he is crazily good. As utility unit, he is crazily good. The DPS is a bonus. Alright, so you don't say a character is bad just because of him having some bonus, right? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, he's at number 6, 52.2 million. Now we have number 5, which is Cisne. Okay, Cisne again is not technically a DPS unit. He is more of a follow-up attacker. So you kind of want her in your party, then you use another stronger DPS, and you stack up on the, overall damage. So why Cisne does so much damage is because with her BT, she now triggers her follow-up attack twice, and each time is 3 HP dump AoE. So 2 times there is 6 times 2 enemies, that's 12. So that is really good. Alright, and it all happens during another character's turn. So if you are just like considering Cisne gonna take a turn, and then let's say Iida will be taking a turn, all those times Cisne will be doing consecutive or consistent 12 HP dumps against the enemy. One of her weakness is that her potency is horrible, so you do need to bring her with a bunch of support unit, and you kind of need UW Ultima Weapon 5/5 for her in order for her to cap. I have her in JP, my throw is just 0/5, and I didn't use her much in most fight because she doesn't cap. And at that point, a lot of other unit deal even more damage compared to her. But anyway, she is a top tier unit if you know how to play around or basically strengthen her kit. At number 4 is Kadash. So Kadash now during his turn, first of all, his golden frame fixation debuff kind of got fixed, like it is not going to alternate. You can have both enemy at max stack, so it's easy for him to switch target. Before that, you got to like aim one target and melt that enemy down, then you got to switch, and during switch he kind of loses out some DPS, but now he doesn't do that anymore. So you can just easily switch and he will be doing amazing damage, because during his own turn he will do a follow-up attack followed by another follow-up attack, and now during another player's turn he can also do follow-up attack, which makes him actually a very strong unit to have. And at number 3, Ignis. So surprisingly, a support unit with a bunch of fast charging in his kit, and his DPS is now crazily high with his BT. It kind of fit the theme for FF15, where he wear the ring and turn into some crazy fighting unit, like it turned into some crazy fighter. So this is what happened in DFFOO. He got his BT, so when you use his BT, he basically wears the ring, and after that he gained, if I'm not mistaken, a special HP plus, and his EX deals crazy amount of damage, which is why he deals a total of 55.6 million damage against 2 units. And at number 2, Katesif. Alright, Katesif, what is his deal? Basically, he combines all of the entire party max brave. Okay, he combines all of it, and that is basically his damage. So there is a bracket, so 56 million, and in bracket is 68.6. So what do I mean by that? Okay, his HP plus, after you use his BT, he gained a special HP plus. The HP plus is a 5 AoE HP dump HP plus, so basically is 10 HP dump total. And if you do it right, you can reach about over 800 max brave. So every of his attack is 800,000 damage. So 10 attack, that's 8 million. And if you boost up the HP damage bonus to 99%, that is 80 million, right? Just from his HP plus, which is very similar to the type of damage that Astos delivers. So why is it 68.6 million? Because there is a possibility that you can actually push Katesif damage all the way to 1 million per HP dump, and that is 10 million per HP dump at 999 HP damage bonus. But in order to do that, you have to bring a unit that can naturally overflow, and that unit is Astos himself or Rufus. But the point is, if you are going to bring Astos or Rufus, then you wouldn't want to use Katesif as your main DPS, because Astos and Rufus still do more damage than Katesif. So yeah, so in, to be practical, so if you bring another 2 support unit to support and boost up Katesif damage, like what I brought was Ursula, as well as, I can't remember the third unit, it was Ursula and Rosa. So with Ursula, Rosa, and Katesif, I was able to do over 800,000 damage per HP dump. Alright, so that would give me a total of 56 million, but if I'm able to do 1 million per HP dump, I could actually do 68.6 million damage. So finally, we have at number 1 in this era, and that is Amarin. So Amarin, his deal is that his entire kit is actually single target, which usually single target doesn't deal as much damage. So what happened? Okay, Amarin with his BT, it makes every single HP dump of his splash. Okay, even his FR splash, his LD splash, EX splash, S1, S2, everything splash. So it doubles up his damage. And to the point that his FR is one of the most amazing FR that we ever have. I think it's over 700% HP damage limit up, and now with his BT, and it's gonna splash the other unit. So that makes Amarin the strongest DPS that we have in this era. And that is at 61.8 million. Alright, so but he won't be coming anytime soon. If I'm not mistaken, the unit before Rufus is Amarin. Okay, yeah, so that concludes the list of the top 11 DPS unit for FE50. But here I want to mention a few special mention to these units, and they are Aranya, Wise, Lena, Struggle, and Reno. So this character will be getting FE50 somewhere soon, like maybe next month or next 2 months, and they are already a very strong DPS unit. And now with FE50 further providing them 20% HP damage limit up, it makes them hit even harder, to the point that it rivals some of the newer units. Okay, so but if you look into this list, Reno 54.4 million, he is below Ignis but above Celsius, so I would say he is somewhere actually in the top 5, top 4. Yeah, so you kind of get the idea that they are not comparable to the strongest DPS that we have, but whatever that they have, it is good enough for FE50. You can use it and win any other fight. So if you already invested in them, then great. You will have all of this unit usable in FE50. So at Aranya, her damage is then boosted up to 48.4 million, higher than Renoir's. Wise 49, Lena 49.8, Struggle 53.3, and Reno 54.4 million. So here I presented a total of 16 units, 16 DPS unit that you would want to bring. And again, if you look into this entire list, Aranya, Wise, Lena, Struggle, Reno. Technically, only Struggle here I would consider as an actual DPS unit, and the rest is kind of like support, utility, you know, rebreaker. Even Struggle is a rebreaker. And then like Amarin is DPS, Kate Sif is a support, Ignis is a support, Kadaj is technically a debuffer utility unit. We have Cisne is a follow-up attacker, not technically a pure DPS. Celsius, support. Iida, yep, she is a DPS definitely. Fuso, support, utility. Laguna, debuffer, utility as well. Garland, DPS, but not amazing. Then Renoir is kind of like a DPS support hybrid. Like, she started off as a glass cannon, very strong DPS, and then they turned her into like a support unit for some reason, and then it now turned her back into a DPS unit, but with the rework she kind of like fall back into the support side. I do not know, but I would definitely use her because with her 40% HP damage limit up on her HP plus, and if I'm going to throw Queen or Ursula into the party, then I bring Anacro, Renoir's gonna do some crazy big damage. So I will be demonstrating that. I am looking forward to actually do that. So stay tuned for more content. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do give a like and comment on who you want to pull for. So yeah, so that's about it. So thank you for watching and have a good day.